Hi there, my name is Glenn Sergi. I'm a paint night host with Yaymaker. Today I want to just talk a little bit about transitions, color transitions, gradation, going from one color to another. This is something that we do in every paint night, basically, right? It's pretty common. And these are some exercises that I learned in art school. Every art school does this. No matter where you go, you're going to do something like this, right? And this is a great way of getting to know your medium a little better here. So very quickly, our materials for today, what we're going to be using. Get your favorite cereal box, piece of cardboard. We're not making beautiful art here, so we don't need to be practicing on a canvas. This could be a piece of paper, cardboard, whatever. Something you pulled out of the recycle. I'm just going to be using two colors of paint here as well, just blue and white, and I'm going to be using Artist Loft. They're flow acrylic brushes. Right, I'm going to use these two right here, big fat brush and my little pinky size brush. Water, paper towel, and a palette. Now the first color transition I want to show you here, I'm just going to put down a bit of blue, a little bit of white. This is the hard way of doing it. This is the really slow, tedious way of doing it. Let's put the white way over here. There we go. I'm taking my little brush and I'm going to take some blue paint. I'm going to put it over here. Big blob of blue paint. Right there. Nailed it. Good job, Glenn. Rinse off the brush. I'm going to take some white paint. I'm going to put it over here. There we go. We got blue and white. Now right in the middle, I'm going to try to mix a color. A little bit of white, tiny little bit of blue. That is right in the middle, that like 50-50. Right now, this is looking that's too light. That's closer, where is it? There it is. That's too close to white than blue, so that's not it. A little more blue. No, still too light. That's better. That looks pretty close. That's right about in the middle. Okay? And I put that in the middle. I'm going to move to the left now. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try and make a color that's right in between this medium blue and the dark blue. Maybe right there. Let's put that down. Let's do that again. Little more blue this time. There. Now let's work the other way here. Somewhere in between these two over here. A little more blue. There we go. Yep, looking pretty good. Now we're going towards white. I'm going to aim for right in between the medium blue and white. Nope, too dark. Yep, that's pretty close right there. Maybe that's a bit too dark. There we go, that looks good. A little bit brighter. There we go, and in between these two over here. Right there, maybe? Pretty close. No, touch darker. Whoa! That was hard. Right? So you can create a gradation from blue into white by making these little micro steps along the way. If you really want to challenge yourself, take that further. Go in between this one, and then in between that one and that one. You can do this 85 times. You can set up a grid and number them 10 through 1. 10 is blue, 1 is white, and try and go all the way across. And what you're looking for here is any sharp jumps. I think I did okay over here. It's a bit of a jump between the white, number 1 and 2, and 2 and 3. It's a bit of a jump there. So I didn't do it quite perfectly, but it's pretty good. That was hard. That was hard. But it's doable. I'm going to switch over to my big brush now. This is a technique that you see very often in paint night, right? Now I'm going to start with my darker color. Camera 2, here we go. I'm going to start with my darker color. I'm going to put a big blob of blue down. I'm using my large brush here. The larger the brush, the better. The easier it's going to be. Big blob of blue. There we go. More blue. There we go. Quick rinse on that brush. Then I'm going to go to white. I find it easier to start with the darker color and blend the darker color into the lighter color rather than go the other way around. Now I'm going to take some white. I'm going to put a big streak of white over here. I've heard this called a wet blend before, right? So this is still wet, this is still wet. Before it dries really quickly, up and down with the paintbrush, moving to the left, and back to the right, and to the left, and to the right. And you can see every time I do this, big long strokes, every time I do this I drag a little bit of the white into the blue, and a little bit of blue into the white. If you want it to go a little faster, maybe tall X's. There we go. There we go. And now we have a nice transition from blue into white. The key here is it has to stay wet. As soon as the canvas or your cardboard sucks up all the moisture and it dries, it doesn't really work anymore. This is my go-to technique. This is the one I use most often here. Another one I want to show you, basically the same as this, more of a messy blend. Same idea. And again, you want to use a big brush for this. If you're trying to do this with a little brush up and down, up and down, up and down, it doesn't work, right? It's going to take you forever. The paint's going to dry before you get the chance to do it. All right, large brush. And we're going to do this one more time down here. I like to call this a messy blend. I need more blue. A little more blue before we get away here. Maybe a little more white as well. By the way, you could also add a little bit of yellow in with your light blue over here if you really wanted to. But if you did that, it would be dangerously close to, instead of just studying blue, studying a yellowy turquoisey blue, which is basically the same thing as Scientology. Dad joke. No, don't do that. Okay. A little more white on here. Again, using a large brush. I'm going to start with blue. I'm going to move diagonally this time. I'm going to start with a bunch of blue over here, and you can see instead of doing long strokes, I'm going to do these little X's. X, 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 like this. Rinse off that brush. White down over here. And then again, instead of big, long, tall strokes, we're going to do these little X's like this, and I start moving towards the blue. I move into the blue, back into the white, back into the blue, back into the white, back into the blue, and there we go. Nice transition from a blue into white down here. The difference here, if I bring this right up close, I mean, this kind of has a direction, right? You can see these streaks moving up and down like that. Where is it? Right there. This is, again, a little sloppier. There's little darker and lighter clouds happening in here. You can see the brush strokes. This is a great technique for a background as well. This one's a little more smooth. This one's a little more painterly. That's it. So again, this is a great thing to do. Grab a piece of cardboard, scrap, whatever. Practice this before you take it to your actual painting that you're working on. That's it. If you've enjoyed practicing painting a cereal box with me, then links down below. You can find me at yaymaker.com and come and join me for one of my classes. Have a great day. Cheers. I can't find the button. Where is it? There it is.